look to tee it up to get this one going.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Here's the handoff. He never had a chance to get it to the edge in first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking to pass. It's Finley. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up third down. And wait a minute, third down now becomes, we're going to go for it on fourth down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Blasted as he lets it go. And they can't make the play on third down.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the fourth down.
Punt is in the air. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. Going right to work up top. Fires to the big fella. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. Stanford wants to push the pace. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Cardinal! A great catch and run for 6. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Handoff from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
They boot it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Turning it on. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. It's complete. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Field gets a little tighter here in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Gets it out quickly. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to fire. Punts it out of the air.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Really nice job of awareness on 1st down that time by the defender. He sees it throw. He's able to knock it down for the incompletion.
To the air on 2nd down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Wide out trying to get it in. Into the house. Touchdown, Stanford! And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. They're going to run it. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Right back to the well. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Louisville! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And how about the bomb, the long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Wants to go up top on first down. Quarterback extends the play. Complete to the right. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Working the middle. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford going back to work with another first down. They're going back to the ground. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll run it again. There he goes. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They'll move the tight end. Off play action on first down. Got his man on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Cardinal, once feeling the shadow of that goalpost, now have moved it out and putting a drive together. Tight end now in motion. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
And they will score! Touchdown, Cardinal! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Finley. Hines is back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Flips it out on the screen. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And the 45 on his way. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and everything looks like pass, but when you see it, when you see that screen, you got to retrace your steps, get back in the play. Nice job by the offense. The defense just has to.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in 2 gaps, and it's really hard.
Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. The Cardinals line up to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Fires to the big fella. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Stanford quickly to the line.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag.
Fires and picked off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to throw, it's Finley. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And the Cardinals are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Muscling ahead on third and short. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Larson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Down to 2 minutes. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Stanford to the line, trying to convert on third and inches. They'll try to get the first through the air. Finds his target down the middle. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open man.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's got it. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Cardinal come to the line facing third and short. Trying play action. Looking left. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game, he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Finds his tight end.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Finley. Here comes the heat. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. And after the failed connection on second down, this offense faces a third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. The Cardinals will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Louisville for a fun first half than you?
And the Cardinals will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Larson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing. Return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He is the playmaker on this offense. I got to go stop him.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Motion from the wideout. On the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Off the play fake. Keeps looking downfield. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Under fire. Trying to get rid of it. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Finds him out of the backfield. Turning it on. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got some work to do on 2nd down after that last one. They need 13. Off play action. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's 1st down in the red zone at the 10. To the air on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. You got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Stanford looking to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The Cardinals backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. They go to the ground. There he goes. Inside the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown Cardinals. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting it on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. Got his man. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to go out and push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Finds his man. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver to the ground with the back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
They make the stop, but how about the shot this sophomore quarterback took as he delivered the ball? Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. Got his man in the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. He'll ride his man on the option. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And I think everybody wants to run the option nowadays, but the problem is, can everybody read it? You got to be able to stick the ball in the belly of the running back, and you have to be able to understand, or I'm pitching it to him. Whatever the read is, you can tell he was a little bit confused, a little bit slow, and that's why the defense won this one.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Oh, he missed it. No good. Guys, after the miss, still up by 4. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. The RPO, it's complete. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll run it. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Cardinals lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. The give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Here's the pressure. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Just drives it between the uprights. That brings him to within 1.
And that's massive. All the pressure on your defense now. You've made the field goal. You've got to get the ball back. You need one more kick. That's what you need. And so the defense has to be ready to take the field right now, play with intensity, play with energy, and get it back to the offense quickly.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They built up some time. Possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. From the gun, the ground game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
You know, the defense, they just haven't been able to find an answer for this guy throughout the course of the game. Obviously, he's got 2 touchdowns, picks up the first down there. They've tried doubling him. They've tried man coverage, zone coverage. Nothing working on defense. They can't stop him.
And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Let's see what he can do with it. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
The Cardinals come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Lofts one high and deep. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals! They move on top here on the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Johnson. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the gun, the running back has it. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Looking to throw, it's Finley. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Line gets set, first down. Looking downfield on first down. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going to sling it on second down. Going downfield for the big play. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. They'll try to get it through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Grab near the marker. It's Larson. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Working that left side now. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is a guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Second down, he'll throw it. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. To the air. It's Finley. Throws to the back. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. I think they'll be aggressive here and try to win it in regulation. Shotgun snap on third down. Quickly complete. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Cardinals will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Pocket breaking down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Kane. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Decisions, decisions, decisions. If you're the quarterback right now, that's the most important thing. You cannot put the football in harm's way. Tie football game late, but with these timeouts in your back pocket, you've got an opportunity to drive the field and win this thing. You just cannot throw the ball to the other team.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. The field goal is no good. And in the final quarter of regulation, we remain tied. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34.
When you look back on games, you look at missed opportunities. And that's 6 points right there that this field goal unit has missed out on.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll get it started here in overtime.
Get set, get set.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Scanning the field, it's Finley. That's reeled in. It's Amaro. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on third down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Splits the uprights, and now they have a 3-point lead here in OT.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Off the play fake on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Oh, they dial up on second, and a long way to go. After the incompletion, they go back up top. That's caught. It's Kane.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Fakes to grab. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He caught it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on third and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it.
He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking